Good morning. Everybody is asking for cinnamon rolls this morning, so I'm going to show you how I make the best and easiest cinnamon rolls. I'm going to start by using a tube of crescent rolls that I just got at Aldi, and we're going to take them apart and pop it open. Oh, I forgot we have to do this. Okay, let's pop it open. Oh, there we go. And take them out of the container. You're going to lay them flat. And I use a cutting board just so that it's a nice surface. You're going to separate them as best you can. Unroll them. And you want to make them flat, because what you're going to end up doing is you're going to roll them and cut them for cinnamon rolls. Okay, so as you can see, this one didn't come apart as nicely as I like them to, but it's not a big deal because you can just piece them together and smush them around and then they'll be fine. So that's what I'm going to do here. You're going to close up the seams. Use your fingers and make two pieces here. And it just takes a little bit of time. It's very important that you make the seams closed, because later on when you roll it, you don't want them to come apart. Okay, let's just make sure everything looks good. And I'm smushing this out a little bit more because I want them to be relatively uniform. Let's check the other side here. Oh, see, that one came apart. We're going to smush it back. Okay. So the next thing is we're going to sprinkle some cinnamon and sugar. And I already put 2 teaspoons of sugar in the bowl, but now I'm going to add half a teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm going to sprinkle it in the bowl, and then I'm going to sprinkle evenly on this. And all you want to do is just coat it as best as you can. And sometimes it seems like it's too much, and you don't have to use all of it. So going to finish it off. I don't go the whole way to the edges because you need it to seal. You just go like this. And then the next thing you're going to do is take a pie pan and you're going to spray it with Pam, because that's what you're going to end up putting your cinnamon rolls in. Now you take a good knife. I'm going to cut each one of these squares into 2, and you just start to roll. So you roll from one edge to the other. Do that for all of them, all 4. And if you have one that breaks apart like this one does, just smush it as you go. Does not have to be perfect. It's going to turn out delicious, I promise. Okay. And now you're just going to slice your cinnamon rolls and you're going to place them into the prepared pan. Okay? So I cut these into maybe 6, 7 pieces. Just try to make them even. And you're going to arrange them pretty close together in the pie pan. Okay, I'm going to do that and then I'll come back to you. Okay, so as you can see, I took all of the crescent rolls and I put them in here, and they're not perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now we're going to make our caramel glaze to go on top. So I've measured out 1/3 cup of packed brown sugar, which I'm going to put in a saucepan because all of this is going to be heated up and melted to form a delicious glaze. Then we're going to add some butter. It's 1/3 cup of butter, which is cubed up, which I already did. And to that, we add 2 tablespoons of light corn syrup. And I got all of these ingredients at Aldi, so this does not have to cost a lot of money to make. 2 tablespoons of corn syrup. There's 1. It's very thick. And 2. Okay. And then the last thing is 1½ teaspoons of milk. So here's 1 teaspoon and 1/2. And we're going to melt that on the stove, and I'll show you what it looks like. You can see I've melted it all. I've just continuously stirred it for about, probably 30 seconds or so. And it all just melted down really nice into this caramel sauce. What I'm going to do after all these last little bits melt is I'm going to pour this onto the crescent rolls. So I think we're ready to do that. Okay. So all we need to do is just pour it, cover the crescent rolls with it, and then we're going to pop these in the oven. Okay, these are ready to go in the oven now. We're going to bake them for about 15 or 18 minutes, depending on your oven, at 375. And I'll show you how delicious they look whenever they're all ready. Okay, these just came out of the oven and they're ready to eat. Look how great they look. They're still bubbling. You can see how hot it is. I hope everybody enjoys, and I'll put the recipe up at the end. Thanks a lot. If you'd like to see more cooking videos, please comment below.